case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
In 1949, a Supreme Court case, Lawson v. Suwannee Fruit and Steamship Company, challenged the interpretation of disability compensation under the Longshoremen's and Harbor Workers' Compensation Act. It all began when an employee, John Davis, tragically lost sight in his second eye in a work-related accident, having previously lost sight in his right eye due to a non-work-related incident. The crux of the case centered around the question of who should bear the financial burden for the total disability compensation, the employer or the statutory second injury fund. An overview of the legal debate traces back to two district courts with conflicting views. In the Southern District of Florida and the Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit, the courts sided with the second injury fund. Their decision entailed that the fund, not the employer, should shoulder the remaining compensation for Davis's total disability. This interpretation was based on the provisions within Section 8, F, 1, and Section 44 of the Act, which state that the employer compensates for the subsequent injury that pushes workers into permanent disability, but the remainder due to permanent disability should be covered by the special fund, known as the second injury fund. However, this interpretation contradicted an earlier decision, causing the Supreme Court to intervene. The landmark decision of the highest court in the land was that it was indeed the responsibility of the second injury fund to cover the remaining payments. They decreed that disability, under the Act's Section 8, F, 1, was not a term of art, and thus affirmed the judgment of the lower court. The fund was designed to aid the handicapped without concern for the origin of the first injury. Despite the overall agreement, Justice Douglas expressed dissent, underlining the nuanced complexities of such cases. This ruling removed the onus from the employer and placed it onto the fund, shaping the landscape for future disability compensation cases.
Case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit lsd.law, elevate your mind. Leave the stress of class.